Bulls are back tonight against a very short-handed Toronto Raptors team there without Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, and Bruce Brown. But this is the Billy Donovan era that we're talking about. So even though the Toronto Raptors are short-handed, that means nothing for the Chicago Bulls because in the Billy Donovan era, the Bulls have over and over again shown a propensity to play down to the competition. So there's no easy wins for this Bulls team. They're still going to have their work cut out for them tonight. Here's 5 keys to victory. Key number 1, Kobe White's got to win his matchup. So the Emmanuel Quickley injury, what that has done is that has opened up space for Davion Mitchell to showcase himself a little bit. I like Davion Mitchell a lot. In college, I thought coming out of Baylor, he was going to be one of them dudes in that draft, one of those guys who showed out. I thought he was going to be a Rookie of the Year candidate that year. I was wrong. He got drafted into a horrible situation. The Kings, they already had De'Aaron Fox and Tyrese Halliburton when they drafted him. There was a logjam at the guard position the last couple of years. They had De'Aaron Fox, they had Malik Monk. They had a bunch of guards back there. There wasn't really an opportunity for Davion Mitchell to showcase himself. In Toronto, with the injuries they've had, he's had a really good chance to showcase himself this year, and he's playing great. You know, the offensive game, it's still lagging a little bit, but defensively, he's been a terror this year. I would rank him in the top 5 to 10 perimeter defenders at the guard position in the NBA this year. If you tune into the Raptors, he pops off the screen. He's an absolute hound on defense. Kobe White's going to have his work cut out for him. So, Kobe, you got to be aggressive. You got to take it to him. You got to win that matchup. Key number 2, Nikola Vucevic, you got to win your matchup. So, traditionally, Nikola Vucevic, he plays very well against Jakob Poeltl. For whatever reason, he has Jakob Poeltl's number. So, Vuce, he didn't play the other game. He was out with a stomach virus. I would assume he's going to play tonight. I think he's listed as questionable, but I would assume he's going to play. I don't think this is going to be like a 4-day stomach virus. And they need to feed Vuce early, feed Vuce often. Vuce, traditionally, he takes it to Jakob Poeltl. You guys remember that playing game a couple years ago, the one where DeAndre DeRozan, she was distracting everybody with her yelling. What gets lost in that game is Vuce was eating against Jakob Poeltl. So it's a good matchup for him. He always takes it to him. We got to go to Vuce early. We got to go to Vuce often. Key number 3, the Zach LaVine versus RJ Barrett matchup. I'm not an RJ Barrett guy. I think he is what he is. I think he's a nice piece. There's some guys out there who still think there's another level for RJ Barrett to attain. They think that he still has that superstar potential that everybody saw in him coming into his freshman year at Duke. I don't think that's what it is. I think he's really at his ceiling, but he is playing some fantastic ball lately. So Zach LaVine, that matchup against RJ Barrett is going to be interesting. It's going to be one of those matchups where neither of them are really defensive players, so they're going to be trading bucket for bucket. Can Zach LaVine maintain the pace with RJ Barrett? Can he trade buckets with him? Zach LaVine is the far better scorer, but Zach LaVine this year, he's letting the game come to him, where if you watch the Raptors, especially with Scotty Barnes out, RJ Barrett is much more aggressive. He's looking for his offense. He's not letting the game come to him. He's coming to the game. So Zach LaVine, you got to be a little bit more aggressive. You're going to have to match him bucket for bucket. Key number 4, we got to cut down on the dumb turnovers. This is a resounding theme throughout the year, a recurring theme throughout the year. The Chicago Bulls, they have the dumbest turnovers. They just give the ball away. There's too many times they just give the ball away. They're in such a hurry all the time. They are so determined to play fast. Sometimes you just got to take a minute, man. You just got to take a beat, take a breath, let it slow down, let the game come to you. They're always in a frenzy, always in a hurry. Sometimes it leads to good results. A lot of the time it leads to disaster. It leads to bad turnovers. So got to cut down on the bad turnovers. And key number 5, can we see Patrick Williams and Modest Buzelis share the court together for a little bit? Just a little bit, man. Billy said before the last game, he said that was the lineup he wanted to see. We didn't really see it at all in that game, and I get it. It was Patrick Williams' first game back. He's on a minutes restriction. I just want to see it, man. If I can get those two and Lonzo in the game at the same time, I'm going to be a very happy man. So those are my 5 keys to victory. Let me know in the comments if you guys got any keys that I missed out on. Should be an interesting game tonight.